Hello. Nobody's on yet, but that's okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna totally end up.
Is it too bright?
No. How do you like my sweats? All right. We're just getting settled in, and Chad's grabbing his computer. Hello, how's it going? Chad's on his way, so you don't have to worry. He's coming.
I'm all 5.
The
4,
star is almost arriving.
No. Okay, so let me just get my laptop. Hey everyone. So this is actually week 11. We've been doing it for 11 weeks. I'm so proud of us that we have done it every week because it has been challenging to do.
Yeah.
The sound's working this time.
Great. Good.
Yeah. Okay guys, so for this week we wanted to do a little bit of a topic.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes we feel like we just like ramble on about random stuff. So we wanted to do a topic this week. And what is today's topic?
Today's topic is about a little bit more about the kids.
Where's my tea? It's right here. Right here. And I do have a straw and I want to drink out of a straw just because I like to. Just to clear that up.
Okay, so today's topic is about how the kids took on to Chad. A lot of people have asked us questions regarding how the kids process this. So just to give you a little bit of background, the children, all three, are my biological children, and Chad came into my life when Jones was about 3 years old. And so, yeah, so there was a process that had to happen for the kids to come on to him. So, anyway,
Yeah. So
where do we begin? I hope I
was
didn't explain that right.
So when I first met Jared, I already knew he had kids. So we had mutual friends, and I think we were friends on like Facebook or something, just because Utah's really small.
Yeah.
So we had mutual friends. I already knew he had kids, and then the first time I was scared to meet them, and there was a time when we were dating, and then we just like stopped dating for a little while because you wanted to introduce me to the kids. I wasn't ready to meet them yet because I wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Yeah.
As far as dating, and that we were like, I wasn't gonna have 4 people just to be attached to, and then all of a sudden they're out of my life. So I wanted to wait to meet them.
That means, in other words, that he just wasn't sure about me at first.
No, well, yeah, we started dating, so I didn't know you.
Oh, please. I did not want to
He
introduce.
loves
Okay,
to-
so from my perspective, I wasn't in this giant rush to have the kids meet Chad. We were actually seeing each other for a little bit at this point, and it was just one of those things where I was kind of curious if he would be interested ever in meeting the kids, and I think that was something that immediately scared him. So,
Because we said that at one date, and then we didn't see each other for like a few weeks. Right? That's a whole nother story.
that's a different story. Basically, yeah.
So the first time I met
Yeah.
the kids, I
Actually,
feel like I already knew I was gonna love them. Where are you going? Okay. So I feel like I'm like washed out so bad. How do we make me not so washed out?
I don't even know.
So anyways, the first time I met the kids, there we go. I was excited because I've seen pictures, and the first time I met them, I came to your place to see you, and then like the kids come down, and they were kind of shy. The older two were kind of like just being typical kids, trying to show off and be like rambunctious and like get attention, and it was cute. And then Jones, the little one, he was like really standoffish and shy, and I was really scared because I didn't think he was gonna like me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like so fun, but so like, what do I do? 3 kids, because I was used to just like taking care of myself, doing like what I wanted to, eating what I wanted to, worrying about myself. Am I even saying it right?
Yeah, you are. I think it would have. I mean, the way he handled it was actually pretty well from Chad's perspective and being kind of like a an observer in this situation, I think he handled it pretty well. I think it would be pretty hard to go from such a single lifestyle, especially in like, I would have to say like within like a gay scene or something. It's hard for a young, hot, gay, single male to step into a situation with 3 little ones. So I'd have to say that he did a pretty good job. It's not easy. I know, just being a natural father, or however you say that, it's not easy being a parent in general. And so I think Chad handled it exquisitely.
How did they react to me?
How did they react to you? The kids are kind of funny because they're all pretty outgoing. They're all
Jones isn't.
He is now, but
He wasn't.
he just kind of went with the flow at the time. And so what happened was the older 2 were so excited to meet him because they were like, oh yay, like this means we're gonna have a party if we have like a friend come over, and we're gonna get to like have desserts and watch movies and do all the things that they love to do.
That's
and so,
exactly what they thought.
So the older 2 were really excited to meet him, and so they were kind of like peeking down, the stairs, and we're kind of looking out for him, and they came walking in, and Chad introduced himself, and he was like, "Hey, how are you?" And so I helped the introduction, of course.
It was really casual. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like, you're gonna come meet the kids. I think I just came over,
Yeah.
and the kids were over, and I just met them. So it wasn't like this planned out, overthought thing. We kind of just let it happen when it did.
Yeah, it kind of just did what it needed to, and each kid came down one at a time.
They did.
Yeah, they all came down one at a time, and then Chad introduced himself one by one, and then everybody just kind of talked, and I think they immediately did they just already kind of jump on you from the first?
Yeah, I think that's just kids though. They're
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
mean-
someone new to hang out with.
But Chad's so good with kids, and he's just kind of like, just in general, he's like really fun, and so he was really like a little bit more quiet himself in this first visit, but
Yeah.
he did a good job though. Like the kids really, they really took on to him.
How
the
long
other
did I
two.
know you when we did that?
How long? When you met the kids, it was
A couple months.
like a year, wasn't it?
I don't think it was that long.
Well, it was a year into like, that's including all the time apart. But like we have known each other at this point for, I think like a year. I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was about a year
Something
or so.
like that.
But yeah, I mean, we had a few ons and offs in our time, and but the kids have just always loved him. Like they really took on to him. So
It was a pretty
yeah.
easy transition.
Yeah.
Well, not easy, but smooth.
Yeah. Jones took a minute.
Someone said that they know that he was your boyfriend.
My oldest did, Mason.
The other 2 were too young to even really know what that.
My the younger 2, they just, so my middle, she was very just kind of, that's what she grew up with, so it wasn't like she needed a huge announcement or like a big drum roll or anything like that. But no, she just kind of took on, and she was just like, okay, so, oh, I get it. And it was just for kids, just to be exposed to it. It almost became like so normal. It was just kind of like, okay, so this is Daddy's boyfriend, and this is how it goes. So
Fiance now.
yeah. At the time, we were not engaged.
Yeah. No. But yeah, that was kind of how I think everyone kind of just took it as it came.
Yeah.
And we didn't overthink it. I think that was a good thing. We didn't overthink it. We didn't plan oh my gosh, you're gonna meet the kids. I just knew we had kids, and eventually it would happen where I would meet them.
Yeah.
And I already knew the whole time we dated. I knew you had kids. So I hear some people's stories where when they're dating, they don't tell people they have kids because they think that's going to scare people off. You know what I mean? We've heard that before.
I've heard it. I once was
so-
told, somebody once told me, like, you'll, like, before you,
Yeah.
they're like, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be, probably ever find somebody who wants to be in a relationship with you. They're like, I wouldn't want kids, like, jumping right into a relationship, dating someone with 3 kids.
I think I was more attracted to you because you had kids too. Like I'm not like a daddy thing, but I don't know. I was like, oh, he's responsible. Because I think if people have kids, you think they're responsible automatically, and you just, you know.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain amount of responsibility that
Yeah.
you have to have.
I mean, some parents don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So that was my. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Were you scared for them to meet me?
I'm trying to think. Was I scared? Yes, I was. At first, I wasn't. Like when I kind of thought about it, but now, like, yeah, I'd say I was more so just like, oh my gosh, what is gonna happen? Like, is he gonna like it? This could determine what this is, you know. And there was a lot of questions that I had in mind when this whole thing was going down, but no, it just like Chad said, once we kind of made it very casual and a little bit more like easy, it was easy for them. It's kind of one of those things like if you make it a big deal, they'll make it a big deal, and if
Mm-hmm.
so.
Someone said, Chad, what do the kids call you? So they call me Chad.
That's his name.
Yeah, I don't like.
Just kidding.
Because I mean, all our friends like that are gay couples, I think they all have like one of them. They just have different names.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, my name's Chad. I'm not their like biological dad, and I don't expect them to call me that. And I'm not technically their. You know what I mean? So we're not married. But yeah, because I think some people get offended or want to be called certain things, but. Yeah, they call me Chad, and they can call me whatever they want. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to like check what I was gonna say. How did you decide to introduce the kids to Chad? It was just like a natural thing.
It was just natural. Chad and I were spending so much more time with each other at this point, and we had already had like kind of like a history with each other, and so at this point it was just kind of like yeah. I mean, to me, I was like, I think I'm just gonna like put it all out there, and if he accepts it, then he accepts it, and if they take on to him, they take on to him. But this will kind of like help determine where I'm at and where I'm going with this relationship, and so.
I didn't think you wanted to waste your time either, because you're like, okay, if he doesn't like want to have kids around or be in that kind of lifestyle, excuse me, I'm choking on my teeth. Time out.
It's live.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. You okay?
I don't know what just happened. It like went down the wrong tube.
Do you want me to get you some water?
No.
What do you need?
I'm gonna grab some water.
What were
So
you
you
saying?
keep talking. Oh, so I think like you don't want to waste your time. So you're like, if he doesn't like the kids, then why am I doing this relationship? If he does, and
Yeah.
let's like move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, time out.
Okay. I'm gonna read some of these. You guys get stuck with me for a second. Okay. Okay. Why don't you make a reaction video about Ariana's "Thank You Next"
We were actually
with the kids?
Oh, with the kids, they said.
I don't know.
Yeah, with the kids. I think that would be fun because I don't think the kids have seen it, and the kids love Mean Girls.
They do.
Like literally, it's one of their favorite movies.
But it's also a little bit too mature for them. So.
So they
Not
don't.
quite
They've
sure.
actually never seen it before, so
Yeah.
they don't like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Going through this.
Did you guys have any concerns going into the relationship?
What do you mean? Like, what kinds of concerns? Like, in regards to him and the kids, or what exactly do you mean?
Just any concerns.
I think normal concerns that come up in any relationship or any, like, just all the questions. I think that was, if he doesn't like it, then this means, like, no, it's not going to happen. And
I didn't really have any concerns with the kid thing. It just was like never a concern for me.
yeah.
Like I wasn't like, oh my god, he has kids. Sometimes now I'm like, oh my god, this is a lot.
What do you think did you have concerns about the fact that this was like a split custody?
No.
No. Or that they
I was just like, everyone has their own situation. I really don't even think like that.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I'm trying to be a better planner, but I don't really think ahead too much. So I'm just kind of more like, okay, what's going on? He's cute. I like him. I want to spend time with him. He has kids. Cool. Like, I didn't really put much thought into it. And now we're here.
Look where we are today. We're in sweats with all of our friends on YouTube.
I think, okay, one concern I had, I was kind of, I envied you a little bit because you had kids and I didn't have my own. So I was scared that they were just gonna like love him and not me type of thing. Because I'm like, oh, they're not like my blood kids. So like when I'm old and like, if like whoever dies and I'm like left there by myself, like, are they just gonna like run away and I won't have them in my life anymore?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like that. That's, so that was kind of my concern. I was like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna like me as much as him because that's their dad.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Christian says that our relationship is very encouraging. That makes me happy. Let's see. If I had kids, I would be upfront right away with the date because if he didn't want kids, I wouldn't want to waste my time with them. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you did, I think.
Yeah, it was. I remember, like, if ever I went on a date, I always talked about my kids. Like, my kids.
You dated before me?
I think you were wrong.
I'm joking. I'm joking,
No,
baby.
like, the whole world knows you dated before me. I'm just kidding. We've told that story a bunch of times, that's why. But yeah, I think that was something that I always wanted to talk about. Or
I think it's just natural. If you have a conversation with someone, what'd you do today? Oh, picked my kids up from school.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like...
Yeah. And not only that, but I'm very, very proud of my kids. I'm very proud that I have kids. I'm very thankful. I think
He's a good dad.
I've always wanted to be a dad. So, like, having kids is just kind of one of those, like, it's just a big deal to me. Like, I adore my kids. And if I talk about it too much, I'll cry. So I'm not going to do that. So, okay. Him and the kids. Oh, okay. Let's see. Super lucky to have you both. Thank you. Chad, are there any dad responsibilities that you were excited to take on?
Was I excited? Yeah, I was excited. Like, I think the most exciting thing is to have, like, just see them so innocent and exploring and just, like, them getting excited and mad about things and frustrated and having fun because it just, like, it's so cute to see. Because I think just when I was by myself, I'm like, you know what I mean? I have nieces and nephews that are fun, but, like, I'm with these kids all the time. Our kids all the time. These kids. Our kids all the time. So, like, just to be able to, like, just the everyday thing when they come home and do homework, when they just, like, cuddle and watch movies with me. So, I think just all of those things were really exciting. And still are exciting.
Yeah. Let's see. Cody Neal says, my husband and I can't wait to have kids. It's refreshing to see more gay couples open to having kids because does it say alt? Sorry, I can't see.
Where?
Right here. Lots of gay men.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of gay men. I got it. I gotcha. A lot of gay men I know really don't want to. And you know what? That's true.
But I think there's so many gay couples with kids. There's so many
Yeah,
Like there's
see
so many. I'm all
many.
just with Instagram and social media. Like it's opened up this whole world. So it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that are gay or lesbian that have kids. So I didn't know there were so many. But yeah, I think there are a lot that don't want to have kids. But
Totally. And I think
there's a lot
like
too.
yeah, I think perhaps we're like reaching a new era where like taking care of other people is kind of like a
The hip things.
not a hip thing to
I'm
do,
joking.
but like
Um,
it's just viewed or maybe valued maybe a little bit differently. I don't know. It
Well,
could,
I think just
could
with
not. I
like
don't know.
gay marriage is legal,
Yeah.
like most places now, and just we're progressing, so you're seeing a lot more of that. Which back in the day, it wasn't such a reality for some people,
Yeah.
which is kind of a cool time to live in too.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see.
Plans for more kids? No.
No, you know what?
We literally just had this like for the last couple of weeks we've been talking about this because I did want to have my own like biological
You have a
baby.
surrogate. And,
Yeah.
yeah, that was.
So we've talked a lot about that because I'm like, I want my own like cute little like blood baby. But I thought about it. I don't think I would be good with a newborn, and I think the kids were perfect ages where I still got like the little kid feel, and I still like clean up their throw up and get to do all that fun stuff. So I think missing out on like those first couple of years, and we're just at a point in our life where we just want to kind of focus on them
Yeah.
and just help them reach their like potential. And
Kids are expensive and they have needs and they have a lot of things that they want to do, and I think it's just being able to attend to all their needs is just, it has to happen. You know?
yeah,
Let's see. Ryan Park says he hopes that one day, someday, I can find a man that can love me and my two children because they are my world.
oh.
That's sweet. I feel you 110%.
Well, I think as your perspective, because you as a single gay dad, you didn't think anyone would like want to date you. That was like a big insecurity. Because even now, I think you sometimes are like, oh, well, the kids, are they annoying to you? You know what I mean? Like, what is your perspective on that?
Well, my perspective,
That was an insecurity of you too. You were scared that no one would want to date you.
I think I
And
don't think
people
I was
told you that.
scared. Well, I was told a lot that nobody would want to date me because of my kids. But I heard,
Not them, but because you have
yeah,
kids.
not yeah, yeah. Did I say that right? Anyway, but no, I wasn't necessarily insecure. I think I was just more. I don't know. I guess I wasn't. I don't know. I don't think I was. I felt bad. I think my biggest fear was anything dealing with the kids and like wanting somebody to love them the way I love them, because at this point it's like sharing your life with someone is like such a big deal, especially bringing somebody new into their world and watching them experience life. It's like such a I don't know,
Special.
such a special and vulnerable place for all of us to be in. And so I don't know, I think if there were any insecurities about the situation, it would just be the fact that like I wanted there to be a lot of love and respect on both sides. So did I answer that right?
Yeah, I think that was really good. No, that was great. Let's see. Do you think your relationship would be different if Jared didn't have kids? And this is a good question. And what extent having children affects your relationship?
Yeah.
There's like everything, pros and cons. It would be way different. Not way different, but like I feel like the kids. That's a hard question. You go first, because I have to like think.
Well,
would
my-
our relationship be
I think
different?
this is more
if
geared
you
towards
didn't
you,
have kids?
because for me, it's really been like the only thing
can't
I've
even
known. Like
remember.
my oldest is almost 12 now, so I mean that's a big chunk of my life, especially since I started having kids as a kid. Pretty much. I mean, I was really young, but I mean, having a big boy now, he seems like a big boy, and he's gonna get even bigger. But like, I don't know. That's all I've ever known, so I can't really imagine my life being so different. I think.
I think the kids like it's nice when we have them because like if we get in little arguments, like we finish our arguments quicker just because we're like, oh, let's go do this. And if it's just us, it's like we can carry those on a little longer.
Yeah.
Does that? But yeah, I don't think it'd be too much different. There'd be a lot less traveling around, going to things.
Mm-hmm.
We would just eat more probably.
Probably would gain some weight.
Actually, I actually eat more when the kids are here, so I'd probably lose weight. Because
That's a
me
good
and
point.
them are always eating cereal and ice cream.
I would probably gain weight.
Yeah.
I probably would, because for me, I think one of my biggest stress relievers is just working out in general. So, yeah. I would probably work out less.
Because we all stress him out.
No, it's a lie. Like, he just kind of worries sometimes.
Okay. Are the kids affectionate towards Chad in a fatherly figure kind of way, or do they see him more as a friend kind of way? Ooh. I would say both. Not as a friend, because they like, I tell them what like, hey, let's wash dishes, let's do that. But I'm more of like the fun. I get to have more fun with them just because you have to put the rules down, and I'll put the rules down, but
He just likes to say you're grounded a lot.
well, I've always wanted to grounded. I don't know why. I just like having that power. So I'm like, you're grounded.
He only says
But
it just to
really,
tease him. It's
yeah.
like, Lily, you need to finish your cup of water. You're grounded, kind of stuff. Just something silly, but yeah.
So I would say both, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jared, I'm loving the beard. When did you know
Thank you.
he was the one?
For me, or for both of us?
For you.
For me.
I don't know if there is that one.
I have a few perspectives or like ideas about this concept because I don't know. Like, I mean, for me, it was just like introducing him to the kids was like a chance I had to take. But as far as like knowing that Chad was the one, I think for me, my personal belief on this concept is that like love in general is just something that it just takes time. Like, it takes learning. Like, love is learning. And like, I think the more experiences that we had together, the more it kind of just drew me closer to like want to keep him. So it wasn't, I don't know, I guess I don't
think
necessarily
I ever
know.
knew. It's not like a
Yeah.
movie where I was like, oh my god, he's the one. When
Yeah.
I glanced across the table. Because we were like the beginning of our relationship, we were dating for a while, and then we like took little breaks.
Yeah.
But we always like kept coming. Like, I always knew I wanted.
Yeah. We just kept coming back to each other. Like,
Yeah. So there's not really like one point where
Yeah.
I knew you were the one. It was just like, I know I want you, so let's work on this. Let's work it out.
But I just feel like for me, my perspective on relationships in general doesn't necessarily mean that like there is a one out there for everybody. I believe that there's more like it's more like learning. You know what I mean? Like, because I see a relationship as something that has to constantly be worked on and owned. And I feel like I'm going on tons of tangents.
You're
but-
not. I had to just put my foot up for a second.
Yeah. So like I feel like you could essentially make anybody become your one, I guess is what I'm saying.
Really?
Because I don't know if I believe in the concept of like one and only.
I
Like,
do.
you are my one and only. You
I'm
know,
just kidding. I'm
does that make
totally
sense?
joking.
Like,
No, I agree. I think you can fall like yeah.
yeah, I just
If
think
you
it
want,
just
if
takes
two
time.
people want to work on it, then that can be your one. So there wasn't one point where we knew.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like an everyday thing.
It was an involvement.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting deep here.
You guys
just for us though.
aren't married. You guys are married, aren't you? We're not
No.
married.
No.
So we both have engagement rings. You can't see. I don't know. But yeah, so we're engaged, not married, and we don't have a date.
I feel like these are become more of like our commitment rings. It was just something that we wanted to do, but no, we haven't
And
picked.
well, I proposed, so they're engagement rings.
Yes, they're engagement
I'm all
rings.
about you. You can call them what you want.
No, but I'm just saying, like, at this point, like, the reason why we continue to wear them is because,
Yeah, it's definitely like more of a commitment.
Yeah.
Just like
like,
I forget that they're like wedding rings
yeah. I think they.
because everyone thinks we're just married,
Yeah.
which I mean we pretty much are without a piece of paper. So
Yeah.
same thing, right?
Just haven't gotten that license yet.
Yeah. Maybe we'll keep it this way. Maybe we
Okay.
won't. Hello. It's a really hot video you guys released, by the way, yesterday. Thank you. That was Jared. He did it. He put it together really well. I think it looks like a cologne commercial. I think he did really good. We got some new lenses, so we were like playing around with them, just trying some new techniques and things, and we came up with some really cool content.
It was just kind of funny how it all happened, though. Like, yesterday, or not yesterday, but like when we did film it, it was like, oh, hey Chad, do you mind like posing here? I just want you to do this and this. And he's like, well, I want to get a couple of you. And I was like, doing what? He's like, here, take your shirt off. So I
always make him take his
just
shirt off.
undressed it off, and then he took some video, and then I just kind of like put
Take
it,
it off.
I put it all. No, I'm keeping that down. I just had dinner, but yeah, so fun.
This lumberjack looks really good for Jared.
Thank you.
You guys from Chad, can you please touch the Jared's beard and give him a kiss for me, please? Well, that's just for Eugene.
I think I don't know. Sometimes I think I want to like cut it off.
Beards are like
Lately, I've been thinking I've been
you
wanting-
love and hate
Yeah.
them.
Like I don't hate it ever. I just lately I've just been thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just clean it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I really didn't do it for the whole no shave November thing. It was. Yeah, it was really just to stop shaving in general.
Oh, we have some questions coming in.
Yeah.
Are there any holiday traditions you both share with the kids, or have you started your own? I love traditions, and I've been wanting to like start. We have like little, like really simple traditions, but I want to start doing like more traditions because I do love traditions. Sorry, I was just reading questions as I was doing that. Would you guys live cast the wedding? No.
No.
We'd probably have a videographer at the wedding, but we're probably gonna do something small, but that'll be like in a while, so we don't even have any plans for that yet. Any advice for someone who's getting involved with someone who's in an open relationship, especially when it's becoming serious? Honestly, I don't know much about open relationships, and from what I know of them, they're all kind of different and have different like rules and things, so I think you would just have to kind of talk about it and be open and honest with each other, just because honestly we have so many friends and people that we know that like there's just so many, it's such a wide variety, so you guys would have to kind of, my advice would be like just discuss that with each other, right?
I would.
Yeah, because there's so many different factors that go into that.
I would
Yeah.
say like what you're asking is any advice would be be able to discuss your concerns ahead of time. If that's something that if you feel like that's going to be a hindrance for your relationship, then I'd say discuss it beforehand, and you're going to have to decide to weigh out the pros and the cons to that, and living that kind of lifestyle. I guess, I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah.
just get comfortable with discussing difficult topics if you believe in that person.
Amen. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Okay, let's see. Did your ex have any issues with the kids meeting Chad?
No.
I met her first.
Yeah. You actually.
Yeah. I met her really early.
Really
on.
early. Yeah.
I'm all like one of our first dates.
Our
early.
first dates. Actually,
It was like the.
yeah.
It was our first date.
It wasn't the first date. It was our first kiss.
That's like a. We actually should. We've talked about that actually in one of these videos, but that's a whole nother thing. Nothing like crazy. It's just
It was
whole
a
nother
supportive thing. It was
Yeah.
like everybody's happy for each other.
Someone said favorite app for editing Instagram photos. I love Lightroom.
Photoshop.
I do Lightroom. Photoshop's a little advanced.
Oh, I mean Lightroom. Sorry.
Same thing though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Adobe.
But Lightroom, and I just have like some like custom filters I've made, and then I'll usually use like the same filter on them and make like little adjustments. Because I usually take most of my Instagram photos on my like digital camera and not with my iPhone. But you can get Lightroom on your iPhone as well.
Lightroom CC.
Yeah.
I just I got the distinguishment
We're
between
teaching
classic
him.
and CC and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So I would say Lightroom. I think there's one called Snapseed that I know a lot of people use that might be good. What do you think of the word sexual preference or opposites? Whose sexual orientation? I'm not sure what that means. Can you read it?
Oh, sexual preference and sexual orientation. To me, they don't have. I mean, they have the same meaning to me. Personally, what do you think? So sexual orientation is the same thing as saying like what your sexual preference. I feel like sexual preference is a little bit more of like a
Specifics like, ooh, I
know-
like men with beards, right?
no,
Because your
that's kinda
orientation
like
can be
describing-
gay.
Yeah. No, but sexual preference means like what do you like? Your
Men.
sexual preference is I prefer men.
Right?
But yeah, I think I would, even though they have the same meaning and whatnot. I think for me, I would just kind of prefer to be asked sexual orientation. I guess. I feel like
I
it's
wouldn't
more
really
respectful,
care.
but I don't know
Anyone
that I
could ask me anything, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, if
I don't
want
really
to answer
care.
it, I'll answer
Yeah,
it. If I,
I really
don't,
don't.
I won't.
Yeah.
I would probably just ask, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I don't know what people
They're
are
like,
talking
are
about.
you gay?
I'm
He's
like, what does that mean?
See.
Do I like men? Yeah. Okay. Any plans for Christmas Eve? Oh wait, have you guys ever experimented with 360 video? Is that the video? What is that? Oh, our camera just went off. Okay. I'm not sure what a 360 video is. I'm wondering if that's like you go all the way around or something. I don't think so on that. For Christmas Eve, my family always has a Christmas Eve party where Santa comes and the kids get like little presents and we just eat a lot of food. So we'll probably do that, and then yeah, so just like family parties. When did you guys meet?
Like a date?
Well, what year?
2015.
We met in 2015. 16, 17, 18. Yeah. Okay.
Was it 15 or 14?
I don't.
I think it's 15. I don't.
Sometimes we think we've known each other longer than we have, and sometimes we think we've known each other like the opposite.
Why do I not know? I'm so out of it right now. Gosh, I feel kind of silly.
Excuse me. Straight women find cute and sexy gay couples. Did you ever get a message from a, what's that word? For Joshi's girl? Or something like that. What is the percentage of your audience? So most of our audience, I would say, are male.
So when I looked at the analytics, because I like analytics, but when I looked at our analytics, we're right now 80% male. So
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a straight woman. When we go out to like bars and stuff, I think like girls talk to us and stuff, but I don't think they know we're gay.
I think straight women take on to Chad. Yeah.
I think I just am friends with a lot of girls.
Women really like Chad.
They love me.
Chad really likes women too.
Yeah. In a couple different ways. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see.
Like, that's his big announcement.
Do you ski or snowboard? I tried to ski, but no.
I ski.
I've never seen you ski.
No, you haven't. I haven't done it for a while.
He was all 20 years.
No, it's less than 20.
Yeah.
But if I
I'm
were to
joking.
choose to ski or snowboard, I would say
Snowboard. Or ski.
ski.
Would you guys ever consider moving to a different state?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not for like 15 more years, probably. Just
I don't
because
know.
the kids. Not for a while. Because I'm from California. I would love to go back to California eventually, but I'm kind of like would love to do a different country, hop around, maybe New York, maybe just like a chill state too, like Oregon or Washington or something like that. So yes, we would.
Yep.
Kids somehow just know when two people are in love and take in the new person well. I would agree with that.
Definitely.
Any places you recommend to visit in Utah? It just depends where in Utah you are, because there's like national parks. If you like outdoor stuff, there's tons of that. It also depends on what time of the year you are here, because in the winter there's like skiing, snowboarding, all those winter sports. And then in like the summer, there's like tons of hiking, water rafting, things like that. So there's a ton. Honestly, I would just Google it and like literally they'll have the best, way better recommendations than I do. Right?
Yeah. There's lots of places to go around here.
Emma, he's just zoning out over to okay, I'll just keep going. Okay. No, I'm all thank you. No,
He's
no.
like, okay, bye, Jared.
When is your anniversary? We have like 2 different anniversaries we can't agree on. So one's in August, one's in
We just keep it in August.
yeah. We just keep it as a month because it's easier that way.
We celebrate it in August, for sure.
How good are the kids in school? They're actually really good.
You're great.
They're actually really smart kids.
Yeah, they are.
How do you juggle between keeping the spark in your intimate relationship, working and raising children? Any special routines, traditions you do to keep the fire?
That could be like a whole video in and of itself, I think. Like when I read that question, I think like of a lot of different things that we could say and do, because I think there's a lot of different things that we do together to like keep things going, and also to like juggle between kids and personal life and all
It's
that.
hard.
Yeah.
It is so hard because So we'll have to like address that. We don't have enough time to address that right now. So we'll go into that maybe next time or like in a deeper video.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good question. So thank you for that. Was there ever, or what's the most difficult thing about raising 3 kids? I think just meeting their needs.
Well, yeah.
Like individual needs, because we all like they all need so much to be like nourished and they need attention. So just kind of like balancing our life, like kind of like that question before, our personal lives, work, and the kids. So just trying to give them like quality attention and time.
Yeah, they really do need individualized. They all have different needs, just like every human, and so they just have like you have to juggle all their needs at once. I think would probably be the most difficult.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there ever a time during one of your breakups that you thought you wouldn't get back together? Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was the worst thing ever. But yeah, we've had like quite a journey.
Yeah, we've had a big journey actually, and I think
Yeah, I didn't. There was
Yeah.
a time where I was like, oh yeah, we're not gonna get back together.
yeah, same.
But luckily we worked it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up. Do you plan on making another video about growing up gay and Mormon? We don't have any plans for it, but like if people like have questions, like they can message us or email us, and we're like glad to share our experiences, but yeah, we're kind of just done with that chapter in our lives. So maybe if you know what I mean, if we have a lot of questions, we might go more into depth. But I think we've covered that pretty well. Let's see. Did your family survive the California wildfires? Yes, they did. Thank you for checking. How do you both know? How do you both know when you feel when you want romantic and sex? I don't understand that one. How do you both know when you feel?
So, but how do you both know when you want to have sex?
I
Is that
think,
the question?
not in those words, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just start to. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we just communicate. Let's see. Does it get does it annoy you when young couples, like teenagers, talk about how in love they are when they are too young to truly understand love? Are you zoning out?
I'm yawning.
Okay.
I'm kind of tired.
It doesn't annoy me. Yeah, I don't think it annoys me. I think sometimes I don't know. But I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But yeah, I wouldn't say it annoys me. I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's cute. Because like relationships are not just about fun and smiling and laughing. I wish that's all it was, but there's a lot more that goes into relationships. So yeah.
It doesn't annoy me. I think it's just a part of life. It's a chapter of life where you're kind of naturally drawn to that sort of experimentation with your feelings and your...
And sometimes it's your first time feeling these things, so you you're so passionate, so it's cute.
So I think it can be really magical. It could be a time to discover who you are as a person. And it could also be very, very traumatizing. And so I think it's a necessary step in everybody's life to take. So no, I don't think there's one stage in life that necessarily is annoying. I think some are just kind of difficult. Like being a kid is really hard.
Sorry. No, that was a really good answer, baby. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Do you guys own a Roomba?
What's that?
Roomba? I don't know what that is, so I'll have to Google that afterwards. And so a few more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Favorite fellow gay YouTubers? I don't know. Tyler Oakley, isn't that his name? Right? Oakley?
Yeah, but like...
I've only seen a few of his videos, but he's the only other person that like I watched the video, so I guess I would say him. But non-gay, just like YouTuber in general, I would say Miranda Sings. And then there's like this cute little Salt Lake couple, Aspen and Parker. And I love them, and I always watch them. And they just moved to Salt Lake, so I'll have to meet them. So yeah. Do you have lesbian friends? We do. We don't have any like very close lesbian friends, but we have quite a bit.
We have some friends that we need to get together with so that we can get to know more. But yeah, we have.
But we do.
We have a handful of lesbian friends.
Yeah, we love them.
We love our lesbian friends.
Let's see. Love you. Oh. Learning how to love is an everlasting process. I think. I agree.
Yeah.
Learning to love yourself and others. What's your favorite thing about Christmas? I think just spending time. I think because it gets cold. I usually hate cold, but like just like it gets so cozy and just eating food, and like it's a slow season for our business. So for us, it's like a little bit of downtime, which is nice too.
Well, it's hard because we're in such a rut, or not? Yeah, like December just slows down.
Well, we literally go boom, 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 like the months up to November.
So it makes
December,
us feel like we always have to be like making money and doing all these things, and but and we do. But
so we can vlog more and have time for this kind of stuff. Well, that's why we're at like 50 minutes on this live because. Okay, a few more, and then I promise we're done. Have you guys enjoyed a Krispy Kreme donut? Yes, we were just in Park City this weekend. We literally had the best Krispy Kreme donut. It's called High West Distillery or High West Saloon or something. But like Oh, they're so good. I put it on my Instagram story, so you guys will. It's in like one of those things.
Did you save it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called? Where you put them on
You
top?
highlight?
Highlights. One of my highlights. Let's see about measurement. Okay, so last question. What age did you both come out at? I was like 20. It was when I came home from my Mormon mission, like 23, I would say I came out. You came out at like. His is hard. You have to go watch the coming out story.
Well,
Because he came out a few different times to a few different people. And then
So
went
yeah,
back in.
throughout my life I came out, but the earliest I came out was like I think 20, 20.
Oh, our battery's low. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in, and thanks for like engaging, and for questions, and just for
Yeah, thanks for being
spreading
patient
good
with
things.
our collective thought processes.
Yeah. But again, we're gonna be doing this we have been doing this every Tuesday, and we'll continue. If we miss Tuesday, it's usually gonna be the next day, so Wednesday. But we'll keep you posted on our Instagrams. We have the Double Dose Club.
That's when we usually
It is
announce
combined.
it. It's the at the Double Dose Club on Instagram, and then also Chad will post things on his too. So
Yeah.
he's pretty good at keeping the world involved. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah, I just post a lot. Okay, guys. Well, good night, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good evening or morning or whatever it is.